Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me in another of my monologues. Today I thought I'd put on my natty waistcoat. It's probably got the wrong shirt underneath it, but I wrote the word natty, N-A-T-T-Y I think it is, on a sort of script thing that I was working on. And I thought, you know, that's such a lovely word, isn't it? What would you describe as natty? And I thought, you know, I'm going to put on today my natty waistcoat. So I have. Probably too busy, isn't it, with the check shirt and what have you. But, you know, the summer is here. It's nice to look jolly and gay, as they say, using an old-fashioned term. That one hopes that people don't get upset by, because people do get upset by all sorts of things, don't they? I want to talk about something else, but before that, I will be smoking my pipe. I'd just like to warn those people who find it so offensive that I am smoking my pipe. It's interesting, I saw a comment yesterday. I don't get a lot of time to look at all the comments because people are so lovely and they write all these comments, and very often, unfortunately, because I'm trying to get my book out and I'm doing interviews and various things, living a life, you know, living a life, don't always get a chance to go through all the comments. But I did catch this comment where somebody was telling me, it says, "Oh, Richard, you know, I do wish you wouldn't smoke your pipe. You keep having to pause to light it, and it's, you know, it's bloody off-putting." And I thought to myself, it's an interesting comment. It's you know, it's feedback, and people are trying to be helpful, I suppose. But it's interesting as we position ourselves in the truth and freedom movement, and many of these people who watch are sort of from that bent, let's say, and yet they're very keen to dictate and tell you what to do. And you go, hang on a minute, where's the freedom in that? Where's the open-mindedness? Where's the letting live? Live and let live. You know, where is all of that? So it always amuses me when people are very keen to sort of tell you and direct you, no, don't do it like that, or you shouldn't talk about this, or you mustn't do that, and you must do this, and why are you doing that, and you know, that smoking is bad for you, and blah, 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 and all of this. Does it matter? Are you personally affected sitting there, wherever you happen to be with your screen in front of you watching me? This is just for your you know, general knowledge. This is my life, and I choose to live it how I want to live it, which is why, you know, one regales against things like tyranny and dictatorship and governments that get out of control. Not least people who are telling you in the comments how to live your life. And there's, for me anyway, and I don't need to justify it, and I don't justify it. But the thing about smoking a pipe, it gives you time, it gives me time to think of the next bit. So as I'm taking the draw and puffing it out, I'm actually thinking, how can I express the next part of the argument? It slows me down. And that's a good thing because one can rattle stuff out. It also slows down the video a little bit because people are in such haste, aren't they? They're in such a rush to, oh, we've got this video, got to get through it. We'll watch it at 2 times speed and listen to it because we can take it in, can't we? We can take all those words. But are you actually thinking and taking those thoughts in? So the only way that I can combat that is by spending a little bit of time pausing. Reminding you that we're all alive and we don't need to go at 2 times speed. Anyway, it's a bit like that, what I want to talk about in today's video. Julia and I, we go to the farm shop, usually once a week, sometimes twice, but mostly once a week. Now, where I live, there's a supermarket right that backs onto my house. It's a 2-minute walk, less than that probably. It's probably 30 seconds, well, maybe a minute to walk round there. I haven't been in the supermarket for 2 years now. I refuse to go into supermarkets. 1, they're a big corporation, and 2, they're spying on you with their surveillance equipment all over the place, and 3, they're not actually providing food. They provide this nutrient-free, vitamin-deficient pap full of chemicals, and I'm not interested. So instead, I get in the van, and with the lovely Julia, we head off 8 miles into the countryside and go to a farm shop. And there we buy our meat, and we buy our vegetables and various other bits and pieces. And it's lovely. And also, what we have when we get there is a wonderful interaction with the people that own it. You don't get that sort of wonderful interaction in the supermarkets anymore, do you? It's like, you know, being shoveled over here. There's a problem in the what's-the-name aisle. But whereas we're having a laugh, we know everybody by name, we talk about the products and, you know, how fresh is this, what is in it and what we like about it, and we have a jolly old time. And that whole thing about shopping and having a jolly old time and engaging with the people and knowing, and they say, well, I can put some back for you, it's not a problem. You know, if the bread that you want, or the sandwiches or the wraps or the bacon is sold out, or the raw milk, whatever it might be, and they say, well, don't worry, just let us know and we'll put some by for you. You know, it's that old-fashioned thing that is lovely. And even that is not what I want to talk about. What I want to say is that on the way to the farm shop, as I said, we go through the countryside, and at the moment they're letting us have sunshine. I don't know if you've noticed that, because the UK have now decided that they want to dim the skies. They are obviously having to let us they're giving us some sunshine so that they can say, oh, it's too much sunshine, it's too hot. Oh, it's not normal, it's above the normal natural temperatures, because the normal natural temperatures they've been giving us for the last, 10 to 15 years have been greatly reduced because they've been dimming the skies. But shush, don't tell that bit to the public. No, we'll give you a load of sunshine so that we can then argue our case there's too much sunshine. I mean, they think that we are so thick and dense. And of course, those people who've been injected with certain nanoparticles are, of course, unfortunately, now being controlled by nefarious means, and so they probably are a bit dense, and so the governments can, you know, get the validity of the people to say, oh yes, you better dim the skies because those people are just not awake. Anyway, my point is, get to the point, Vobesy. On the way to the supermarket, we drive through this beautiful countryside. The hawthorn blossom is out, the may blossom. The trees are looking splendid. We're driving through trees and it's wonderful. Up on the South Downs, it's absolutely gorgeous. And as you drive through this and you take your foot off the pedal and you're not in that great rush to get there and you're just taking life easy, I was sitting there at the steering wheel, manoeuvring my travelling carriage, and I thought to myself, do you know, this is such a beautiful world. This earth that we're on, particularly on this landmass that's often known as Britain, this landmass is incredibly beautiful, incredibly wonderful, particularly at this time where life is bursting. It is majestic. And some of the views up there on the South Downs as you look across, and various other, of course, many other parts of the countryside, absolutely gorgeous. The thing that has ruined it and marred it is selfish men and women who, in their top of their, I don't know, Parliament, the House of Commons, government, and corporations, have not seen, they've not had that ability to see the beauty, and they have plastered the place with ugly buildings and lengths of tarmac roads and various things, and have made the place look ugly. It's men and women who have done it. Nature is just so staggeringly beautiful. Now, there are those people who say to me, Richard, England is a shithole, they say. Get out, get out. It's a dump. It's the dumping ground of Europe. Get out, go somewhere else, set up your land somewhere else. And I feel sorry for those people, because whilst they may have done that themselves, he says, lighting his pipe, for dramatic pause, if we all do that, if we all leave and abandon this beautiful, wonderful country, who's left to look after it, to fight for it, to maintain it, to take it back to what it could be? Who's left to do that? I don't want to leave England particularly. I don't want to leave, I mean, I'll travel around lots of different areas and maybe live somewhere differently and live on the land, etc. But I don't want to leave and abandon this country to its fate. I don't want to do that. I think this place is an absolute wonderful place. The problem we have is people concentrate on the negative all the time. They make all these rash statements. It's, you know, it's a shithole, it's this, it's a dump, it's a blah, 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 whatever the hell they want. People are not concentrating on the positive. They don't see it anymore. They're so blinded by all the stuff that the dark forces want us to see, and they cannot see the light. And I say to you, gentle listener, sitting there by your fireside, watching this little missive that I put out, we need to see the light. We need to see the beauty. We need to raise our vibrations and see the potential and visualize what it could be and stand up for it. Don't kick it into the long grass or kick it into the dump or make out that it's rubbish, because all we're doing is we're just remanifesting more of the same. If more of us were aware of just how magnificent, how beautiful and how incredible this planet or the earth, whatever you want to call it, this flat plane, whatever it is, if more of us acknowledged just how staggeringly wonderful it is, we would find that actually we would be more inclined to look after it. But all the time we just have this downtrodden view on the country that we live in, then it's never going to get a chance to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. And believe me, it will. We're just going through a phase. We're going through a phase. The dark forces have lost. Their time is up. We're going to be rebuilding. We're going to be reconnecting with this wonderful earth. And we will find actually that those people who've moved away are going to be the losers in the end, because those who inherit the earth, so to speak, will find this country, wherever it is, whatever country you're in, if people are saying it's rubbish, and you love it, hold on to that dearly. Hold on to it, because it is going to get better. There's no question about that. It may be a rough ride, but that's what you go to theme parks for, isn't it? To have a bit of a rough, turbulent ride, a little shock on the system. It's why you go to see horror films and films that move you, because it's a bit of a rough ride. If it was just so simple and boring, it wouldn't be that interesting, would it? So enjoy it, enjoy the ride, and see the beauty in everything around you. It is important, because the beauty is what talks to the soul. And we're so very, very lucky that we have the ability to see beauty. I wonder if animals see beauty or just take things as it is. But we see it, we recognize it, we paint it, we photograph it, we make it, we create it. That's what we need to hang on to, that creation, that wonderful, beautiful, amazing, sensational creation, and see it for what it is, not what we're told it is. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for those who donate and keep this channel going. And I do hope you like my natty little waistcoat. Probably needs a darker shirt behind it, but anyway, whatever. Until next time, goodbye.